Yo, what is up, you guys? It is your boy Doc is Evil coming at you with a new video, some new content. Even though the game is 2 years old, you may or may not have seen many of these videos already. From just to drop a few names, Nothing But Skills, Jasamian, Wizzy, Dash 33, Epic Slayer. Those are just a couple of the big guys out there doing it right now. See, what I'm doing here with this series is I'm starting from beginning, starting as a new character with nothing else. As you see, I have three other characters. But this is starting from the very bottom and working my way up to the top. I will not sit here and go with you. The one thing I won't be doing over getting every accommodation, like picking up everything that you need. But I will be going over all the things you need to do just to play the basic game and to get from level 1 to level 30. And then once you hit level 30, you're on your own. Well, I'm not going to say you're on your own, but there's plenty of videos of what you can do after you hit level 30. I'm just sitting here trying to help you start off the game. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a new character. Okay, so go ahead and let y'all watch this. So pretty much this is just going over everything that happened to get to the point where we are now.
When we were activated, we knew the situation was bad. Worse than anyone knew. We're an elite, highly skilled group of embedded agents. They only call us when everything else has failed.
Sorry about that, I had to do some
We have no
check-in on
rules.
something real quick.
We have no limits. Our job is to protect what remains.
We are your co-workers. We are your neighbors. We might even be your friends.
And when we get the call,
We leave everything behind.
we are.
The division.
Okay, basically this is where you're going to start at. This is how we're starting. You're going to choose what you look like. You start off female, male. We're going to go with a male character. However you want to look, it's up to you. Because I am Hispanic, well, with a lighter shade of brown. Go over the hair, pick the hairstyle you want. Facial hair, you want facial hair, you can add facial hair. You don't have to. Hair color, you can make it whatever color you want. Markings, scars, whatever. War paint, you want war paint, you can put war paint. You want tattoos, you can put tattoos. foot tattoos. It's funny, it's only neck tattoos. It doesn't matter. Honestly, the tattoos don't matter because I'll be wearing a mask that you can get later on. Accessories, glasses, piercings, whatever you want.
Intelligent System Analytic Computer is activated. All ISAC systems are confirmed online. Take cover at the marker to begin weapon verification.
Anytime you see one of these boxes right here, it's a resupply box, you're gonna go ahead and grab you some ammo. Guess it's not gonna let me. I guess I'll show you how I have my controller set up real quick. Go over down to settings. Alright, when it comes to my controller layout, I have everything set high. It's just the way I play. It's how I do things. You don't have to play like that. If you don't want your controller to be as sensitive, you know, you can leave your controller where it's at. It doesn't matter. You know, personal preference. Other than that, visuals, brightness is at half. Sharpness I have high because if you turn the sharpness up on the game and turn your brightness down on your TV, it actually has a nicer, what's the word I'm looking for? A nicer video quality, I guess. Or it looks better to me personally. You know, a guy I used to play with brought it to my attention. Now I do use my distance units in metric as opposed to imperial because metric, well, let's just be more realistic. It's the 21st century. Why are we still using imperial? It's time to switch over to the metric system. It's a lot more precise. For video settings, I have the music turned down. I'm not a big fan of the music. I have the effects at 50. I have the dialogue turned down, and you know, stuff like that. Voice, group, you know, I have all these. And I have my talk sensitivity set kind of high, so that way you don't get a lot of extra. Let me actually turn that up a little bit more. Microphone boost is set at 20%. The only reason I have my talk sensitivity set so high is because I have a lot of background noise, fans, music going on. I don't want it interfering into the stream. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we're gonna... What in the holy Jesus? Oh, okay, that seems I did something to, oh, that's what I did. Changed it. Okay, that's good. Anyways, you're gonna start from here.
Weapon test initialized. Open fire at the highlighted targets. Weapon test successful.
Hit square to reload. R1 to trigger. You walk back over here. Oh, switch the side on. You double tap triangle.
Weapon test initialized. Open fire at the highlighted targets. Sidearm test successful.
Okay, now we're gonna head over there.
Chang, Northeast Section Commander of the Division. You've been activated because Brooklyn has become dangerously unstable. Isaac has updated us with your progress. Proceed to the nearest safe house for your full equipment loadout.
Now, from here, you could start the game. You could head to the safe house. You know, get your stuff ready to go. or you could just go ahead and start picking some stuff up. Me personally, you know, I prefer, because I've played the game so long already, I've played the game for more than a few, or let's just say I've put in, you know, the whole 2 years on the game. You'll notice NPCs, which are not harmless, are green, and NPCs which are harmful are red. I mean, it's an open world right now. You're still on the main continent. You're not on Manhattan Island yet. As I'll try to get over here as close as I can to show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, Manhattan Island. That's where you'll be heading. So I can get you a better view of it all. There we go. That's where we'll be going after we finish this startup. So let's go ahead and go to the area on the map. Alright, to look at your map, you're going to go ahead and push the button in the middle. Not the PS button, but the actual touchpad in the middle. This is where we'll be heading. Side right here. This is where we're going first. So you're going to see it lit up on your screen. We're just going to go to it. As you can see here in the top upper left hand corner, you see my my little mini map up there. You see how it shows everything. I can't go that way. Here we are, bada bing, bada boom. And then we're gonna go upstairs to enter safe room.
Readings indicate this area is safe.
And boom, here we are. Enter the safe room. I'll open it up. Pick up the rest of the stuff we need. We're gonna hit the gear vendor. I can't buy anything. Great, go figure.
Just hoping to make a sale.
Can't buy anything, but that's only to be.
We're losing this whole neighborhood. The rioters are moving through, in force, headed this way.
Put your people there. I see someone else got the call. Agent Fei Lau, Division. Activated the same time as you. Part of the second wave of us going in. I don't know what happened to the first wave, but unfortunately, there's still lots left for us to do. We don't have much intel, and we don't have the luxury of failure. Not with Manhattan under lockdown and Brooklyn on the brink. People like me, and you. We're what's left to hold the line. With any luck, we'll have more to go on once we rendezvous with the commander. More about the situation, about who's turning the streets into a war zone. Anything that's gonna help us do what we're supposed to do. You'll excuse me, Lieutenant.
Officer Hazen and his team are handling situation reports. If you're looking for a hotspot, that's who you want to talk to.
Complete your activation at the terminal to enable Directive 51 operational status and equipment.
Alright, from here, we're gonna go ahead and move out, I guess.
Identity confirmed. SHD equipment activated.
Because
Warning.
I've run
You
this
are
game
exiting the safe area.
more than once, and I forget how to do it every time. I'm gonna jump back inside.
Thank God you're here, Agent. I've never seen Brooklyn like this. We're barely hanging on. I'll be your point of contact for any emergency ops. We've had plenty of action, and it's not letting up. Jesus.
Okay, see? Now you say bottom left hand corner, you look, you see one skill not assigned. Alright, so we're gonna go into our menu. Boom, there's our menu. It's gonna show you what you're gonna do. So boom. You're gonna start with one of three. Hold on a second. You're going to start with one of three talents. You're going to start with either a pulse. It sends out a recon pulse and marks hostiles and allies throughout walls and cover. Or you can start with a sticky bomb. Fires a bomb that sticks to most surfaces and explodes when detonated remotely. Or you can get a shield, a ballistic shield. Equips ballistic shield that absorbs damage. The user can also use their sidearm while the shield is active. Now mind you, yeah, as we get further into it, you'll start noticing the more gear sets there are. Defense, or as a lot of people call it D3, it's spelt D3NFNC. So as you get up there into the gear sets, you will be able to equip a shield with the defense loadout. Yeah, so mostly I start with Pulse because, you know, it's easier. And boom, there's the equip skill. Can't really edit any mods right now because we haven't done anything to get there. Talents, same thing. We have to do basic operation stuff. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and head out. Mind you, you are not invincible right now. You're actually really squishy.
Brooklyn Heights Distribution Center. They try and sell it back to all the starving people. Plain and simple profiteering on the backs of people who are suffering. Get that food back.
Alright, now we have to find a way in. And just as I'm running, you can do the same. And boom, here's the entrance. Hit X to jump the fence, square to jump the fence, square, circle. Circle to jump the fence. Go ahead, hit your pulse. It's gonna show you where the guy is. And he's gonna run up on them. There he goes. Go ahead and ransack the dead body.
This is supply crate located.
It's gonna tell you where else to go. So he's gonna follow the beacons.
Approaching marked location.
And as you see, there's more right there. Boom, 2 more. You push left on the diagonal path. You can throw a grenade. Take some cover.
Secured.
And there you go.
Hostiles neutralized.
But from here, you will have to fight. You have to defend yourself
Hostile
from here.
forces approaching.
Always remember to utilize your cover, so that way you don't have to worry about getting shot, or getting hurt, or anything like that. See, boom, right here, there's little crates. These are what you want to look for throughout the game. Once you open them, in the main story though, you will not be able to open them again. So you're going to take that, boom. We got a nicer backpack. It's not going to really do as much, but more capacity. And looks like it has more armor, so you're going to go ahead and press triangle, equip it, and boom, you got a new backpack. You're going to go ahead and mark this.
Confirm. Pickup marked. GTM notified.
There you go. You picked up a handful of division tech credits
We'll get that
and
food
some
back
imps,
to the people who need it.
and they're getting closer to ranking up. So what you're going to do from here now is you're going to go ahead and hit your menu. You're going to hit the new side mission. You're going to pick either one of these. Doesn't matter. We'll go with this one right here. Boom, we're going to jump on that side
Agent,
mission.
those rioters
Agent's
have
gonna
stolen
run
a
to it.
crate of morphine. Probably going to try and sell it or use it. We've got people in real pain who need those drugs. See if you can recover that crate.
Mind you, while you are running around through here, you don't have to just do a straight run from one side to the other. You can, you can sit here and you can learn stuff. You hit double X, you're gonna roll. You hit X, you hit a roll into cover, and boom, it's gonna put you right into cover. Hit X when you're close to something, boom, cover. You want to move to the next one, you face it at, say, the back of that truck. You hold X, you're going to dart right over to it. Boom, we're going to put you in more cover. Stop, pick up some more ammo. and move on away. I mean, like I said, you could sit here and you could look around through here and try to find stuff, you know. It doesn't really matter what it is. Like, boom, just up ahead. I know you saw the little red. We're gonna pulse. It's gonna show us how many there are. There's 2. Okay, you see the one with the grenade over his name? The one I'm staring at right now? If you shoot at the backpack, I don't know if you can see he has a backpack on, but if you shoot the backpack, that didn't go as planned. But if you shoot the backpack, you can cause him to explode. Don't go through the gas, it'll mess you up, and you can either run it off or you can use one of your med packs to clear it. It doesn't matter. You know, and also you only have so much room to go. Okay, to show you what I was talking about with the masks and everything. You go to your inventory. We'll swap all. We're gonna go all the way over to appearance. And I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna change. I can sit here and put on whatever clothes I want because, like I said, I've played the game before. But I'm not. I'm just gonna go ahead and run it with y'all. But I will run my mask like I normally do. I do have all these masks here. Doesn't matter. I mean, you can sit here. There's plenty of ways to get them. Some of these are for what's the word I'm looking for? Global event only masks. And seeing as we are so close to the Division 2, most of these won't be available anymore. Maybe at a later date, I don't know. Me, I like to keep my bag as empty as possible. So I take whatever I have that's in there, I break it down. I don't like to keep nothing extra in here. Boom, just like that. Break it down, it gives you parts for, say, fabric or weapons parts or anything of that nature. See from up here, post up, get an open view of everything. You see there's 3 individuals that you need to take care of. You could use a grenade to take out 2. And boom, just like that. That's 2 of them taken care of. The last one.
Area secured. Hostiles.
And you jump down. See, you can jump down of 1 of 2 places. You can either jump down from here, about on this truck, or you could jump straight down off of this, but it will take a nice chunk out of your health bar. So you're gonna hit square or circle, jump off of it. You can walk forward again, and there you go. You see it down on the bottom, on the street level again. Me, I just like to give a quick run around, search for anything that I can loot before I continue on. I don't know if you've noticed by now, but every time you use the pulse, there is a bit of a cooldown period. So, you know, you can't just sit there, hit your pulse once, and then hit your pulse again as soon as you feel it wear off. You still have to wait for that cooldown period. We'll go into abilities and show you what I'm talking about. Right now, the cooldown on this pulse is 54 seconds, okay? And the duration of the pulse is 20 seconds. So while the pulse is going for those 20 seconds, at the same time it's cooling down. So as the pulse, yeah, I think something like that, I don't remember. I'll check real quick. As you can see, the pulse is set over on the R1 button, so we're gonna hit R1. As you see, the pulse goes. It shows me no threats. And as you see, as the pulse goes, it also refills itself. We're gonna go ahead and mark this.
Confirmed. Pickup mark. GTF notified.
But remember, like I said,
Sparrow 5 here. We're approaching
now we
your
gotta hold the
position
area and wait for the JTF to come.
Warning. Hostile forces approaching.
I do use somewhat military style tactics, police style tactics, shooting around cover switch sidearm. Push it back with your sidearm. Throw a grenade. Notice we are taking injuries, but as you can see, it does refill. This is not how it really happens in real world situations. So you're gonna push it. See how we're real low on our health?
Sparrow 5 is on site and ready to engage.
You're gonna go ahead and use a med kit. There you go. Look, now we got another gun, so we're gonna go ahead and take it.
We'll get
Hold
those
it
drugs
square.
back to the wounded where they'll be used properly.
And then you're gonna go ahead and go to your inventory. See, it's gonna say unlock that level 4. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna look at it, right? Boom. It's gonna tell you what the talents are and so on. So you're gonna go ahead and take that. Since I don't like to keep anything in my inventory that is not necessary, I won't. Excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and break it down. Boom, that's parts for later. Now we're gonna go ahead and head over to the next one, which is right down the street. Bam. So we're gonna run down the street to the next objective that we have to go to.
Agent, we've got word of a hostage situation at a bank. Looks like you'll have to go through the subway tunnel to access the building. We need you to move in and minimize the damage.
Like I said, before I do anything, I like to look around, trying to find anything I can salvage, you know, for myself. It's kind of is like a, I guess you could call it a salvage game, because you have to go through and you have to try to find stuff that you can use. It's an interactive game. You have to try to find things that you can use to make yourself better. You get you better weapons, so on and so forth. I always like to sit there and search. You don't have to do it, it's just what I do. You know, you come across things that you can use, and then you move on. Sometimes you'll get small crate.
Warning. Hostile presence detected.
Sometimes you get a little bit of a bigger crate. Sometimes you're put in a bad situation, like right now. So you're gonna go ahead and pop, and boom, there's everybody right there. So from this point, you're gonna go ahead and shoot the guy with the backpack. Remember, always shoot the guy with the backpack first. And boom, that takes care of that. Here comes more. Try to do as much damage to them as you can as they're running out. Because once you do, they start to stagger.
Secured. Hostiles neutralized.
They stagger a bit. And then it gives you the upper hand to take them out. Also, did you notice the little emblem on the map? It shows you something, right? Right here, which is on the outside. Jesus Christ. Well, you're gonna have to go outside whenever you're done with that one, with this one. But from here, see, it's gonna show you another weapon. You're gonna take it. Things like med packs, grenades, those come into your possession as you walk across them. If they're red, that means they're full. See, look, another med pack right here. You can find med packs throughout the game. You can find grenades and food and clothing if this is your first time playing the game. But this is not my first time playing the game. So Everything I find, if I find clothing, I won't get it because I've already had too much I've already have too much. Boom. I'm gonna open the door. Let these guys out.
Nice work shutting that down, Agent.
And boom, look, you got a little surprise waiting for you right here. You're gonna take it, boom, go back, push triangle, equip it, and then you're gonna go on about your business. Mind you, this one may not be as good as the one you had on there before. So sometimes it's like that, sometimes it's not. They both have focused on them. Okay, real quick. I know you probably see the talents right here. It says talent focus. When no skills are in cooldown, your weapon damage is increased by 10%. The requirements are as follows. You need 38 firearms and 38 electronics. Now, if you look up at the top part of my screen where it says primary weapon or primary firepower, you'll see firearms, stamina, and electronics. A lot of gears are centered around those. A lot of gear sets are centered around those. Your tactician, Firecrest, and Reclaimer are all centered around electronics. You have Striker, Nomad, Predator's Mark. Those are centered around firearms. Then you have, not firearms, but stamina. Then you have a couple of firearms builds, which are your Deadeye, your Sentry Cell, and your Hunter's Faith. Now there are a couple of other ones that kind of utilize all three, which would be defense, a shield build, which is called defense. You have final measure. It's kind of hard to describe that one, but it kind of lets you absorb grenades of different types once you get all 6 pieces. By all 6 pieces, I do mean all 6 gear pieces. So that's a chest piece, backpack, gloves, holster, mask, and knee pads. Well, of course, I went knee pads, mask, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, as you see, I'm rolled real high into firearms right now. My toughness is at 700 and my skill power is at 660. I normally go pretty deep into firearms as opposed to anything else. It's just my fighting style. You know, for one thing, it makes you hit hard, but at the same time, it makes you really squishy and susceptible to being jumped by. Pretty much, just makes you susceptible by being jumped when you come across other players or higher level NPCs. See, like I said, we had a little surprise waiting for us when we came out. Boom, there it is. And it's a converted SMG knife. We're going to take it anyways because we can. And we're going to go on about our business. Now from here, there's really not much left to do. So you can either A, run around here and just be nosy, see what you can find. Or you can B, just go ahead and head back to the safe house and go on with the mission. See, there's no other missions out here except for this one. Boom, side mission at the safe house, so we're gonna go to that side mission by selecting it.
Excellent work. We're grateful for all the lives you saved. Why don't you come on back here? We got a little something for you.
As you go through from once you get onto the island itself, you don't have full access to the island. I'll just put it to you like that. You don't have full access to the island, just so you know. But once you get onto the island, you will hit safe houses, just like the one that you come to the first time. And it will have different assignments for you. See? We found us another little box right here. I didn't even know this one was here, but we found it. Take it and go on about the business. You can jump most fence, like this one. These wrought iron fences, you can jump them. You can jump brick walls. You can jump most of anything. Most fences. But fences that have barbed wire, as you can see, I cannot jump them. If there's stuff in front of it, like porta potties, you can't jump on top of them. But like take this truck for example, boom, I can jump on top of it again, come inside, and look, I have cover. It's not complete cover, but it's a good amount of cover. You really can't shoot through it, but you can jump over it. Oh, you got to be careful with the natives, as I like to call them, because if you shoot your gun, they run. And if you double tap triangle, you can switch to your sidearm. I find it best for running. Just so you know, there's nothing down there. I know you probably want to go down there, but there's nothing over there, so just go upstairs.
You are now entering the safe area.
Because we're not level 4 yet, there's no point, or level 3 or level 4 yet, we might as well not even bother to go over there. So we're going to take this time to look at both weapons that we got and go ahead and break them down. We're going to go talk to this guy, see what he wants. Boom, there we go, we're level 3.
Back on this place just when it was about to boil over. We all tried. And I wanted to say personally that I've lived in Brooklyn my whole life.
And then boom, he gives you a whole thing, whatever. Now from here, you're gonna just go ahead and
got a
hit
distress call from one of the local police precincts we set up as a
the
distribution
police
hub.
department.
They're being attacked by rioters. Getting word they're planning on trading hostages for drugs. You need to get in there, eliminate the threat to the precinct, and free any hostages.
So we're gonna go ahead and take this time to purchase items. You may not have the amount of funds that I do. Like I said, I've been playing this game not for the last 2 years solidly, but for an accumulative, maybe, I don't know, 80 days accumulatively. Probably not even. I think it's like 60 days altogether. Between all 3 characters, it's like 60 days. That's accumulative time. So we're going to go ahead and take this time to buy the products we need. We're going to go ahead and hit L1, buy that, and equip it. I hate when they do this.
When you change your mind.
We'll stand off to the side so that way nobody can get in. The screen does change color, but that's alright. And we're going to go ahead and buy this chest piece. X, R1, L1 to equip. X, I pushed R1, forgive me. L1, buy and equip. Same thing with the knee pads. X, L1, buy and equip. So on and so forth. This weapon isn't as good as the one that I have. As you can see, the DPS, damage per second, is 1153, as opposed to the weapon that I do have is 1379. So as you can see also, if you compare the weapons to each other, you can see that the Police M4 only does 8% enemy armor damage, and the G36C does 10% enemy armor damage. Also, the damage is increased, but the accuracy is better on the Police M4, but the reload and range are not as good. But you don't have the talent that comes with the gun, which is focused. That does help sometimes when you come into certain situations. The further along we progress in the game, I will go over some of these talents with you as we come to them. See, it's gonna ask you to sell stuff. You can either sell all this stuff, or you can break it down for your own personal. You can sit here and see how it says at the bottom, it says mark as junk. You can sit there, mark that as junk. And then you can either break it down or you can go ahead and sell it off. Because you're not going to get much for it. Especially somebody like me who's been playing for so long. You know, I'm going to go ahead and just break it down because it won't make really no difference when it comes to my funds. But when you're starting off, you go ahead and you break it down, or you sell it,
Now leaving the safe area.
and then you move on. Don't be surprised if you fail this the first time, because it's not easy. I'm not gonna say it's not easy, but you know, you are really squishy, and about 4 bullets from, it doesn't matter if it's a pistol, it's an SMG. At this level, you are a sponge. Let's just put it to you like that.
Really cool. Thank you.
You're a sponge. All right. The background stuff you heard was NPCs talking. NPCs do talk to you. They do come up to you asking you for stuff. See, boom. You can sit here. You can do that. You can change how you want to do it. You can do it hard, or you can do it normal. But because because this is a walkthrough, I'm gonna go ahead and do it on hard because I can. No, I'm playing. I'm gonna do it on normal so that way y'all get the full understanding of it. Now, mind you, the hard isn't too much difficult, but you do gain better rewards. Harder difficulty, gathering better rewards. You know, there's a plus and a minus to it all. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna jump back. If you want a quick match, we can. I'll show you what this does. We're gonna go ahead and sit here. We're gonna find a group to play with. If we're lucky, we get 1 person. If not, we get a full squad, which is 4 people, including you. Not many people have already started on this or come this far yet, but you know, it's just how we do it. It's just how things happen. Alright, since we can't find anybody, we're going to go ahead and stop the matchmake. And then we're going to go into it. Mind you, like I said, you are squishy.
Get that precinct back under control. If that precinct goes, we lose Brooklyn.
We're going to go ahead and switch up our talents real quick.
Hostiles incoming.
We're going to attach a shield. And there you go. You don't have the pulse anymore. As you see now, the characters are purple. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let the shield go. And boom, it's going to attach the shield. There you go. You see what I'm saying? You are not the strongest person in this early stages of the game. It is a progression system with this game.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
We're gonna go ahead and head up this ladder. And if, you know, we're gonna have higher ground. We're gonna go ahead and switch over back to our pulse because we do have the higher ground. Or you can switch over to the sticky bomb, which I'll show you how to use right now. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our skills, equip the skill, and then we're going to go to it. You're going to jump up, you're going to take this cover, you're going to see what's available to you, you're going to look at everything, all the way across, you're going to see where they are. Like you see the 2 over there getting close to each other, well, you take the sticky bomb, you let her rip over there in that corner. Just like that. Stay focused on your target. Be careful because now you're hurt and you only have 1 med pack left. We don't have any kind of consumables except for explosive bullets. So you're going to move your cursor over the grenader. Go ahead and use your med pack. Use your grenades too. Don't forget about your grenades. Drop one behind him. Now he's bleeding. Focus. Go ahead and drop one behind this guy. He won't see it. And boom, he's dead now. This one dropped a smoke bomb from the one that I killed before. there you go. Parking lot is secure. You can look around if you want. Nothing up here. Jump down.
But all entrances are blockaded.
Go ahead and jump down again.
That's the best news I've had all month. Try the parking garage in the back.
Go ahead and pick something up. It says, see right here, it says you picked up one frag grenade. And you come over here, look, boom, we picked up another med pack. Look, right in front of you, another med pack. So you're gonna go ahead and grab all the supplies that you can while you have this time. Go ahead, look around, see what you can find. Most of the times you may not find anything. As you see, there's nothing over here. These buttholes have already started the mission. So we're gonna go ahead and take up cover right here along the wall. They can't shoot through the wall, and neither can you. You gotta be careful with the rushes, because once those rushes get a hold of you, they're kind of hard to get off. Because they do swing bats or axes. As you get into higher levels, they do have shotguns and things of those nature. You move cover to cover. I like to use cover by standing behind it instead of actually getting into the cover itself, because I find that it's a little bit better. It gives you better. It gives you better. Shoot the gas can. Light them on fire. I'm not sure if you noticed this already, but I do use a 3-round style burst, so that way I do have better trigger control. Mind you, this may not be the best for everybody, but it does work for me.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
So go ahead and get prime your grenade. Try to get it behind them. Or as you see, they're all converging. See, they don't know, they're not aware of you yet. Look, we're gonna see and look here as this guy, he runs up on the rusher runs off to the JTF agent. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of the rusher. Push to your sidearm. Mind you, he will come towards you. As you see, the little green dot on the floor now, as opposed to them being gray. That means there's some kind of weapons part or electronic or fabric right there. See, look, boom. We picked up 56 assault rifle ammo and 1 tool. That's another thing, you can get weapons parts, tools, electronics as well. Those let you help. Those help for you to, you know, build your equipment as you go. Notice here, if you see the boxes stacked on top of each other, you can't jump up on top of those. Later on, you will be able to. Like if you try, even if you try to do it here, you can't go past these bags. I don't know why. It's just a part of the game, I guess. Hit your cover, look around, See what you see. You don't see nothing, move over. You know, scan your area, see what you can find. You can find equipment, find it. You see, boom, there's more people there. We're gonna go ahead and switch back over to our post so that way we can actually see what's going on. If you don't have to take cover like I do, you can sit here behind this wall. Boom, you hit your post, and you get a good look at what's going on. Alright, you see there's 3 enemies, alright? You want to look at which one you want to take out first. Me personally, I like to take out the rusher, so that's one less person I have to worry about. It's always the one with the lightning bolt over his head. But personally, I do like to take out the one with the backpack first. So, he's done. As you see what I'm saying, those rushes, they do hit hard. Those bullets do hit hard as well as you go up in difficulty. That guy over there is blind. Boom, we died again. Don't be surprised if you do die a couple of times doing this. But again, remind you, I am doing this on hard, but the reward is greater. Go ahead and fill back up on ammo. See, you'll start off back with 1 med pack, 1 grenade. To check your inventory of your grenades, you hold to the left on the diagonal pad. To hold to your consumables, you hold to the right on the diagonal pad. You hold up for, well, nothing's upwards. You hold down for emotes. Now I do have a couple of, these are your standard emotes. But because like I said, I've played this game before. I do have quite a few that do different things. Like this one, for instance. It's not letting me move it around, but the referee. Set the countdown on the referee. Or, put him up. You put him up. Put him up. Alright, so we're gonna go back over here. We're gonna hit a pole. Shoot the gas can first. It's gonna pause him in place. Try to keep moving. Now that you're in here, take him out. As you shoot him, he will become staggered.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
Make sure to keep moving because they do hit harder. Take this time, reload your gun. Pulse. Critical hit chance and critical hit damage are increased while your pulse is active. That means that how hard you're gonna hit. How much harder you'll hit as opposed to it not being active. As you saw, he didn't go down as fast as the other ones did when I had my pulse active. But that's how it goes sometimes. move whenever you see someone coming in on you. Whenever you see grenades, move. The gas grenades do affect your ability to shoot and all those other things. Okay, now you saw how I wasn't doing him any real damage. Now that I've popped my pulse, you'll see that the damage done does go up. Just like in any other game, headshots do deal more damage. Move around the map, move around what you have. Don't try to stay in one spot the whole time, because you know, stick and move just like boxing. Now he's on fire. Push up on him. Take him out. Boom. There he is. He's done. See, these are the little boxes, the bags, satchels, if you want to call them. You can sit here, you can squeeze on it, boom, you get one flashbang grenade. See here, it says it's full what you have, so that's one flashbang. See, you have one flashbang grenade to use. You can't use that one because what you have already is at max. Explosive bullets. So we'll hold the D-pad to the left. You'll be able to hold 3 of each. Of each one of these, you'll be able to hold 3 of everything here as you progress through the game. So we search. Can't find nothing. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and head to the next objective. The next part of the objective. We're gonna go through the door and up the stairs.
Alert. Hostiles detected.
You find things like these, you open them, you get canned food. That has a 40% healing effect. I'll show you. See, canned food has a 40% healing effect, exactly as I said. So you take one of those when you're hurt and your healing is increased by 40%. Pulse, you see what's going on real quick? See how many hostiles there are? You see 2 hostiles. Okay, you see that from here. You look straight across, you see, boom, 1, 2 hostiles. And they're both shooters. Okay, so you slowly move up. Try not to make a whole lot of noise, so that way they don't notice you. Come in, search. Look, we find another little box on the floor. Bag on the floor. We got 1 more explosive bullet. Whatever. Continue to search around without making too much noise or alerting them. Making sure to stay behind cover the whole time. Boom, look what we found. We found us a box, so we're gonna go ahead and open it. And we got us a police 9mm, we got us a M19 pistol. So we're gonna go ahead and go over to our current weapons. You see the DPS is less than, so we're not gonna use it. So we're gonna go ahead and break it down. Stick with the pistol that we got. Alright, now we get here. Back up. Oh, we just ran ourselves into a corner. Use your grenades. Blind them. Shoot them. That'll give you a chance to move out. Mind you, he did move over into the left side. Push up on him. Yeah, you can sit here, you can let him go, or you could do like I do and rummage. See, there's not much here. There's a thing right here. So we're gonna have to go ahead and go and hit the computer. Right here at the exclamation point, go and use the keyboard. And that's gonna let the hostages go free. Say, look, med pack, bro. Just what we needed. Sometimes you find stuff that's useful, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you find stuff that you need, and you head upstairs. Go ahead and pop your pulse. No threats are found. Take this time to, you know, run around and search for goods you can use. Most of the time when you come across these filing cabinets and dressers, or not dressers, but filing cabinets and lockers, you do mostly get food or clothing. But most of the times it is food. But because this is a police station, you're going to come across certain things, certain bags in here where you can get weapons parts. And when you come across refrigerators and stuff like that, you come across canned food, candy bars for, like that's probably more canned food. That's more canned food. See? Come across them. Sometimes when you come across soda machines, you can bang on them and you can get soda or water. Each one has a different effect.
Warning. Hostiles detected.
Go ahead and pop our pulse. See what we got. 3 threats are found. You got the rusher over there. You've got a shooter. Looks like you've got 2 shooters and a rusher. Shooting things like gas cans or fire extinguishers, propane tanks, those will give you side effects of burning
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Alright, now we're going to push back a little bit because they are going to come pretty hard. Pop your pulse. And make sure to keep yourself alive by using clothing. And I'll go ahead and use the food. We're going to use mind you, you can only use one of these every 2.5 minutes. It's going to apply healing effect to me. That's it. Where's he coming? I do use a partial cover tactic by looking around, but not going fully into cover as I run. now we can go through. We can start searching for things we need. Remember that one med pack we came across? What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and run back downstairs to go pick it up because we only have one med pack left. Right here, right through these rooms. We did come from downstairs. Remember that? And look, boom, there's that med pack we came across earlier. We come back to it, we pick it up, and we go on. So boom, now we have 2 med packs again. I'll pick up another canned food because we used one earlier. Most of the times with those canned foods, all it's going to do is bring you back to your current, whatever, how should I phrase this? It's going to bring you back to your current health bar section. As you see, there are 3 health bar sections, so it's going to bring you back to the one that you're currently in. Search 1 flashbang. That's good. We're going to be able to utilize that. Open up. Knock knock. Who's there? Something we can't take because it's probably canned food. Now we're going to push through. Now we're going to head to the roof. As you can see, we're going to head up another level.
Look who it is.
There's nothing over here, so there's nothing we can use.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
Here we are on the roof. Find your hostiles. There's 3 of them. Shoot the, what you call it first. Get it into it. Excuse me. Move up as you clear.
Alert. Additional hostiles.
Propane tanks, you gotta be careful with those propane tanks because if they go off, they can hurt you. Same thing with the gas can. Force them out of cover. Fall back a little bit. Don't let them get behind you. Because once they get behind you, you're going to have to shoot at them from 2 sides. So you're going to have one shooting you in the back while one shoots you in the front. There's the boss, the one with the yellow on his head. Use that flashbang, disorient him, put him down. One more. There you have it. During your first mission, med pack, look at that, you get some new gloves. Go ahead and equip those right away. If you want to, that's just me, my personal preference. If you want to go ahead and search this area, you can. Look around, see what you can find. If you can find anything valuable, you can Go for it. Can't go up much higher than that because of the fence. Nothing more you can use there. Go ahead and drop the bag. Hit square, go down the road.
Excellent work, Agent. Brooklyn is stable again. Manhattan is
That's a long way down.
Let's get over there and see for ourselves. I've got more agents with me now. We'll rendezvous with Agent Lau and fly over together. Commander Chang out.
So now we're gonna go to Manhattan. So now we'll go this way. Hit square, hold the door open. See how the ammo box is out of our reach? It's the one that we saw in the first time. We can't get to it. It's over there behind the light. We can't get to that anymore, so we're going to go ahead and push forward. Mind you, you will come across some opposition while you're moving from here to the exclamation point. Be ready for it. Oh, no, you won't.
Over there. There's a bar behind that building. Best whiskey sours in Manhattan. If you take this city back, I'll buy you a drink. Sir. Let me take it. Here it comes.
Alright, to spare you all the fanatics, the plane gets shot down, she gets a busted leg anyway. There it goes. The plane exploded. Her leg is fucked up, by the way, just so you know. As you see, as we come past, you see all the destruction and mayhem, and then here we go, connecting into the island of Manhattan. I take this time to tell y'all that you don't have to play the game the same way I do. You can play the game how you want to, you know, and things of that nature. I don't know how much longer we'll be up for, but because I can only stream for an hour at a time, it's stupid, I know. Well, at least on YouTube. I don't even remember what time I started streaming. You took the blunt force of the explosion because you were out in front. She just got messed up because the plane fell on.
Hell, at this point, you're more okay than me. Shit. That explosion took out the commander. We have a job to do. We're still gonna do it. Just landing in 1 minute. We'll be able to see it coming up on my right.
And there we are, the city of Manhattan. It's in shambles, yeah. I know a couple people from New York, you know, who are like, damn, you know, they could never imagine to see their city that way. But then again, could you ever imagine to see your city in this way? Okay, her leg is messed up, man.
I'm not sure what you're looking to get out of this. Everything behind this gate is a goddamn war zone.
Who's in command here?
Captain Benitez was in charge. He was leading up to the post office, but we lost contact when he left base this morning. He's still radio silent by tomorrow. There's talk of pulling out.
No one's pulling out. Taking their city back. Get whatever gear you need. I'll catch up with you.
Good luck out there. Y'all made it.
All right, here we go. Here's where you can buy your first set of weapons and things of that nature. You head down through this gate. See, and they're gonna go pick her up because she's all messed up. You can search around here if you want. I personally have, and I found nothing. You know, just remnants of a lost world. Of a lost city, I should say. So we're gonna go ahead and go through here. If you roll, oh, I guess not. I was gonna say you could roll through there sometimes, but it won't let you. You see all the contaminated people, everything like that, and boom, here you are. This is where you buy your first weapons, your better gear, and things of that nature. See right here, gear vendors. We're gonna go ahead and them up first. We're gonna buy better gear off top. So we're gonna go ahead and we want to try to balance everything out that as we can. Try to get everything as balanced as we can. Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna equip everything new. We're gonna mark everything old for destruction. Alright, so right now we have a new backpack. We have a new backpack, new gloves, and a new holster. Or a chest piece, not backpack, I'm sorry. We're gonna come back in, we're gonna get a new mask. We're gonna buy and equip. A new backpack, buy and equip. Knee pads, buy and equip. And gloves, buy and equip. Notice everything's a little bit better. Some things have higher properties than others do. Like here, with these safety gloves, you see it has more electronics than the ones that I have on right now, and it has less stamina. But the more stamina you have, the better off you are, the higher the survivability you have. Oh, and if NPCs walk through you or walk by you, they can move you. So we're going to go ahead and break everything down. And like that. Alright, I know you saw that extra slot on the backpack right there. It's a skin, I think it's a skin slot. So you can apply a skin to your backpack if you have them. Starting off, if the first time playing the game, you won't have any skins or anything like that. We're going to go ahead and head over to weapons, which will be the next vendor over. Right here. Be able to buy some better weapons. We're going to go ahead and buy a better pistol and equip it. Huh. It's the same pistol. Oh, no, okay, it's a 911. The 911 is a 45 as opposed to the M9, which is a 9mm. Okay, you want to go ahead and get you one of everything of these. I personally go over any other rifle site for a rifle or an AR style rifle, whether it be the current one that I have, whether it be the current rifle that I have, which is the G36. When it comes to scopes, I do prefer the 5.52 hollow sight. It's just a personal preference. You don't have to do it. You can go with the reflex sight, but as you see, one is a small optic and one is a large optic. The large optics mostly go on AR style rifles, sniper rifles, light machine guns, things of that nature. The smaller sights can intermingle in between the both, but are mostly for submachine guns, such as this converted SMG-9, Chris Vector. They have those in this game. They have the Vectors in this game, which I personally liked. Back when the game originally came out, it was a beast. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and equip these mods to our gun. Suppressor, laser, quick release magazine, which is going to give us a bit more damage, and our hollow sight, which is going to give us more damage. Off top right there. So boom, our base damage on this gun right now is 1550. If you go over to the character, you look at your firearms, you see the crit damage is at 127%, is at 27%, and your headshot damage is at 100%. Mind you, that means you're gonna want to take more headshots as you go. Different weapons have different talents, and so on and so forth. Go ahead and go to the lady, talk to her. You don't have to sit there and listen to her, you just go ahead and get your refill. Since we've already done that, you can add things to your pistol as well. As you see, muzzle, magazine, and skin. Different guns have different amounts of customization that you can do to them, like the M9. The M9 has 2 slots, which is a muzzle and a skin slot. But because we're going to go ahead and buy another one of these, we're going to add it in, and that's it. We can't put the SR7 suppressor on the pistol because it is not a pistol suppressor, it's a rifle suppressor. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and put our magazine into the pistol. There we go. All it does is it's going to help you with a faster reload. Here's the situation board, and here's your stash box. Like, say weapons you want to use later on. Say you get a level 8 weapon and you're only a level 6. You want to come over here, you want to put them in your stash. Unfortunately, I can't use any of these weapons. These are all weapons that I've accumulated from my other characters. A while back, you could put these on. Like, you could come in here and you could get a weapon that you could use. Like, say, if I started very back at the beginning of the game, before it changed, I could come in here and I could say get, let's go with one of the yellow guns this is before the red ones came out. I could get this rifle and I could equip it to one of my my lower level characters, and boom, I'd automatically be OP. And then go ahead and same thing with the yellow gear. I could apply those to my character and I'd have been OP. You know, I'd have been, you know, hard hitting like crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and open our map. We see all the things that we have to do real quick. This is essentially where you're gonna want to go.
From the street, we're pinned down. Where's my backup?
But we're gonna go ahead and take care of all these side missions first. As you can see, there's a lot of them, or a couple of them. Zoom out, you're gonna see everything that's around. This is the dark zone. You really don't want to go in here until you're at least level, I'm gonna say at least level 28 when you have decent guns, or depending on how hard you think you are, you can go ahead and just jump in there. But know that as you progress through each one of these little sectors, you see how each one has a different outline. The enemies do get progressively stronger. Even until you get all the way back here, you know, there's still purple, like here and here and here the enemies will be red, and as you go further and further out, they change color from red to purple, and then from purple to yellow. And once you get into the dark zone, the enemies down here are purple and red, purple and red, purple, 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 yellow, 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 and yellow. Now, yellow are the harder ones to take care of because they do require more bullets. They're not as squishy. So we're going to go ahead and hit the situation board first. This is going to show us all the things that we need to unlock everything. Alright, now we're going to go to our map again, and you're going to see on your map, you have this one right here, off to the side. This is going to help you to unlock parts of the security wing that you need to eventually unlock the entire base of operations, which is this one right here. Establish a base of operations there. You're going to have to do all those to help you with that. The side missions will help you to gain gear items and blueprints. The more gear items and blueprints you can acquire, the better off you will be, because you can build excuse me, I'm a bit under the weather. The more blueprints you can collect, the stronger your character will be, and you have more of a chance of building the weapons the way you want them to come out. So we're going to go ahead and set this one first.
Oh my God, this is just
we're going to run through it. Me personally, I don't like to listen to the transmission, so I just hit square and it sends them away. You see all the people coming in, they're coughing, so you know they're probably sick. And this is what it looks like now. Manhattan. Welcome to Central Park, you know, or welcome to where we're at. They're actually using the grounds as a cemetery. Over here at this side, as you can see, it's no longer in use. Something happened over there. They didn't clarify what. Same thing right here. As you can see, something happened over here, so they had to move the gate further back. Looks like somebody ran a truck into it and caused it to burn down. See? And these are each one of the other ones unexplored. Boom, you cross that line, we automatically explore it. See how this guy's looking for help? He wants something. He wants a canned food. You give him that. He drops a pistol on the floor. Sometimes they drop things on the floor that you can use. Sometimes they don't. You want to go up this ladder? You can go up this ladder. Sometimes you can find weapons or gear pieces or just other small things that you can use. See, there's nothing up here. So we're going to continue to move down and over and across. Maybe we get lucky over here on this side and we find something. Nothing over here. You see? Something. So there must have been something over here that they had their eye on. They wanted to save for later. But, you know, them being NPCs, there's nothing they could have done with it anyway. You see? So there's nothing there. So you head back up. You head back up top. Back up. You drop down. Same thing over here. Drop down over something. I mean, you can drop down over nothing, but you run the risk of bringing your health down at the same time. Right here, you see how there's this emblem? See how it came up purple? You want to look around. In these mechanic shops, you find tool chests or toolboxes. You want to go ahead and grab tools, so that way you can build weapons or gear or attachments for your weapons. Most of the times is 3 per, sometimes there's 2, and every once and again you'll come across where there's only 1. So we're going to go ahead and head over to that area that we have selected. After we finish that one, we can go from there to another area. And as you move through the city, you will find things. You'll find crates, you'll find weapons. The NPCs will drop weapons and all the things and everything of that nature.
Incoming hostiles.
Do you see that they come right there? could run by it and just pick it up. Hit square and pick it up. Or you could leave it on the ground until you get to...
Incoming hostiles.
And now it's upstairs. You're going to hit the ladder right here. Boom, upstairs. You got to protect these so that way they don't get damaged because you need them. See, they're coming in from behind.
I must say we're all very impressed with how you got that medical supply drop secured.
Pick up.
I'm going to tell Benny all about you when I see him. He's going to love it.
Alright, boom, we got knee pad blueprint. Just like that, off top, real simple, real easy. Alright, from here you're going to open up the map again. You're going to see how there's another one right here. You're going to go to it.
There's
You're
a
going to go down the
cold-blooded
ladder.
murderer out there. Some awful lady named Michelle Mason. I guess they want me to ask you to stop. You have to promise
Now
me
we're gonna
to
go
be
after this
careful.
one.
I'll upload her last known location, but nobody can say I didn't warn you.
You see how there's the little red over your... You put them right there. Go ahead and knock them both out. You drop something on the floor, you go over, pick it up. Electronics, or weapons part, tools, electronics, so on and so forth. Come in here. You got to be careful because they will rush you, and you're taking on more than one target by yourself. See, there they are right there. We got another piece, safety mask. We're going to examine it. It has more electronics. We're going to take it, and then we're going to examine it as we go into our bag. We're going to go ahead and take this time. We're going to pause. We're going to go into our bag. We're going to look at everything we got so far. You see the mask, it's a level 5, and we're only level 3. We can't use, oh, we're level 4, I'm sorry. We can't use it right now. So we will hold on to it. Same thing with these gloves. These gloves are level 4. They have better firearms, but less stamina. You become a little weaker, but you do hit harder. So me, I like to hit hard because I like to put the NPCs in the ground. And that's just me. You don't have to follow my lead. I'm just pointing things out. These worn weapons, they're not especially good, so we take them and break them down. And now that we got that new sight, that 4x scope, it's gonna take away some of the damage you're doing, but it will give you better accuracy. I'll show you what I mean. And while we're in here, you're gonna fight more, but this time you're gonna have some that'll rush you. So go ahead, pulse. You're gonna see what's out there. See, there's one off to this side, and you have 2 in the back, one right here in front of you. Stick to cover. This way you can fight your enemy at a distance while taking little to no damage. And if you want, is that you come around another side while he shoots over there. You have a better position. You have a better view of him, and you can deal more damage to him while he's shooting in the position where you were at. Mind you, the higher up you go, see how they're starting to come down? The more you go up, the further out you go, you know, the harder they do become.
Boom, found everything you needed. Isn't that nice? I hope you didn't get any blood on your gear. It's the hardest thing to get out of the laundry.
So we head up top to where they were at. You see they dropped Super 90, which is the shotgun, and they dropped another suppressor. You go ahead and take them all if you want to, or you can pick and choose. Personally, I'll take them all because, you know, hey, it doesn't hurt to have more than what you need. Bags like this that say police on them, you'll get weapons parts so that way you can build the guns the way you want. And look, we even found us a little box. Sometimes you do find better gear in these boxes than you do in than what you can buy. Personally, I do prefer to go, you know, whatever I can pick up. If it's better than what I bought, you know, then 9 times out of 10 I'll use it as opposed to just using what I bought. So from here, we're gonna open our map again. We're gonna double back this way, so that way we can take out this one. Because I personally don't like leaving anything behind me when I can go ahead and knock it out. So we're gonna just run back down the way we came, and we're gonna make a left, and we're gonna go that way. See, as you see, there's the ammo box right here. This is one of the few places in the early game where you'll be able to find ammo. Look, we found another little baggie here, something that we don't need. Look at that, we got a couple of them right here. Pulse real quick. Take them out. If you're feeling brave, just go ahead and pistol them. You want to trade round for round with them, you can. Look at that, we got another holster. We're going to go ahead and take that. It's better armor. If you notice, it was green, so that does mean that the armor is better on it, as opposed to, we don't know what the initial, not the initial, but we don't know what the, where it's going to boost us up at, whether because sometimes, look, I'll show you. See, like the mask that we picked up that was better, has better electronics, so it's going to boost up our electronics, but at the same time, it's not going to drop anything else that we have. It's not going to drop our firearms or our stamina, but our toughness does go up, so does our skill power, and we do get a higher boost in electronics. So we're going to go ahead and take that, and that's over base. Alright, like this one right here, this utility holster is going to give us better stamina and more toughness, but it's going to remove some of our firepower and our electronics along with our skill power. So personally, I don't like using it, so I'm just going to go ahead and discard it. Yeah, it may have better armor, but that's not how I like to play the game. Yes, don't get me wrong. Just because it says that the weapon is not as strong as another weapon, it's only because you have mods on it. Now, if you go to modding it and you take everything off, you'll see off top that this actually has a 1% DPS of 1 higher. But once you throw those mods on there, you'll see the exponential. We'll see how much more damage it'll do, as opposed to excuse me, as opposed to it not having those mods on there. So auto, boom, off top we'll take that. We're gonna scrap that. We can add the shotgun because we have that slot open. Alright, let's see what we can put on here. We can't put nothing on here because we don't have nothing that we can put on here. Sights, we don't have any sights to put on here. Most of your sights will fall with the most of the sights you put for shotguns go with SMGs. Not as weak as I remember. Here, up close and personal. Sometimes the JTF, they say nice things, sometimes they say mean things. Don't let it bother you, they're just the JTF. That's why they call us in the division agents, or as we like to be referred to as agents. Also, you can kill dogs and birds. See? If you don't like it, don't do it. As you can see, now we have to find an agent. So now it's gonna tell us that we have to go down this manhole. We're gonna go down the manhole. We're gonna follow it. Because another one hasn't popped up, you assume you're going straight to the right direction.
We're showing a loss of water pressure on West 20th.
And now you find another one,
Check it
and
out
you see
before
another
you
one
return
over
to
there.
base.
So you already know, boom, it's telling me, hey, go this way. Alright, from here you're gonna go the same. And boom, here you found his the agent Shade Tech. And boom, you found one missing agent. But at the same time, when you're coming this way, you're gonna have to fight these guys as well. So get ready. And then whenever you're ready to start it off, pop your pulse, see how many enemies there are. There's 3, so we're gonna go ahead and take these 2 out with a grenade first. Hitting the weak points, with these guys, the weak points are the tanks on their back. These guys are called cleaners, and whenever you do hit them, those spots specifically, they will explode. If you hit them enough times, I should say. Right now, all I'm gonna do before I head over there and turn the valve, I'm just gonna search the area, see what I can find. I'd much rather scavenge the area first than want to do that later after I'm done, because you have time. It's not like you're in a rush. See, look, we have us a little box right here. If you notice, when we're on that first area, if you notice, when we're on that first level, that I personally like to strip my weapons as I go, so that way I always have a better weapon than what I had before. Also, like I said, I do like to keep my bag, fairly empty. So we're gonna go ahead and take both of these. We're gonna break them down. We don't need them. Alright, now that we've done that. Now we're gonna go ahead and open this valve.
Warning.
But at the
Water
same time,
pressure
we
at
gotta be
critical
careful.
levels.
Because now we will be faced with
Warning.
opposition.
Hostile forces approaching.
Once those guys get close enough to you, they go from shooting you to burning
Warning. Hostile forces approaching. Warning. Water pressure at critical levels.
you. See how they started to, flames started to come out? Because, see it right here, you see? Boom, you pop his tank.
Warning. Hostile forces approaching.
I always try to keep them a distance. Again, you have more rushes right here. These guys are a pain because they do hit you with an axe. These guys right here, they throw incendiary grenades and things of that nature.
Warning. Hostile forces approaching.
There's another one above us. They're shooting with a pistol, one shot at a time. So it's one of the guys who likes to throw bombs. You want to take them out too. Those guys are a pain in the butt. Also, if you shoot the shields on the guys who rush you, you know, then their shields will break. So, yeah. That's one way to take them out, but as you do progress over the game, as you do progress, the shields and the characters do get progressively stronger as well.
Warning. Hostile forces approaching.
Don't be scared to switch weapons, that's what they're for. Do I love turtles?
Confirmed water pressure back
Yeah,
to
turtles
normal
are cool.
levels. Thanks.
I used to have a set. When I was a kid, yeah. I actually have 3 now. I forget their names though. They're not really mine, but I'm taking care of them. Shit. When I was a kid, I was a huge Ninja Turtles fan. Huge Ninja Turtles fan. You never had turtles? Turtles are fairly easy to take care of. You know, they're not really that hard. Just, you gotta be sure to change the water. And, you have to be sure to change the water on the turtles. Because if not, they can get sick. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, and never let turtles go when you're changing the water. Always try to keep them in another bucket with fresh water in it or something like that, because they will run away. I learned that one as a kid, and it sucked. But back to the game. As you come across the phones, you see it says 1 of 168. I personally won't collect these because there's no point in me collecting them again. Not to mention some of them are in like dumb difficult spots to get to. Alright, from here. Alright, as you saw, we cleared him out real quick. Take what he's got, keep moving. So now we're gonna go ahead and look at what we have. Alright, this one's got a excuse me, better chest piece, more armor. It does 13 more. It does one. If you look at your firearms, it does one more. But if you look at your overall firepower, it actually increases it, and your toughness goes up as well. So we're gonna swap that one out for that. We're gonna look at this mask as well. This mask has more stamina but less skill power. You kind of want to keep those balanced out. The only reason I'm holding out on using that one is because I want to use this one where it'll increase my toughness and along with my skill power, and it will boost my electronics. I don't know exactly how far I am for either of those, but we'll look. Okay, up here, if you look at the top left hand corner of my screen, right there where the truck is at, look right above it, you see your progression bar. See how it says 04? I'm at level 4 right now. The only reason I haven't used it is because I want to save it for save that holster and use that. Here you can find medical supplies and things of that nature. Like if you go in here, you're gonna see this box. You're gonna open it. It's gonna say fabric. I'm at level 4 too. Yeah, I mean, once you progress further, excuse me. Once you progress further, you know, things become more difficult, and then you start to see that it's not all a walk in the park, so to speak. So we're gonna go ahead and go to. We're gonna go ahead and knock out this.
We know that the base of operations is under siege from whatever criminals have
so
taken
that way
over
we
Madison
can
Square Garden. We don't have numbers, and they don't seem to have a
call
leader,
it
but the JD
a night.
Oh dear, sweetie, we just got some awful news here. Some very nice people are being held hostage by some of those rioters.
See, it says I have another one, but I'm going towards the base of operations, so that way I can go ahead and call this a night. And I've been streaming I don't know how long already, and I can only stream for so long using YouTube. They can only give you like an hour or so. But as you see, these red spots on the map, those are contaminated areas. You can't go there.
Patrol under fire.
You have to be careful because these guys are strong, and they will mess you up. Most people will tell you to use the gun that has a high rate of fire, but if you have a hard time keeping on target, you know, I do suggest using a gun with a low rate of fire. This lightweight M4 does have a rate of fire of about 850 rounds per minute. Now, if you're having a hard time keeping on target with the higher rate of fire gun, I do suggest using like maybe an AK-47 or the 416. I do suggest, you know, using the 416. Those both have lower rates of fire. Oh, you're pressing A while I'm on PlayStation, so I press A.
Dispatch.
But yeah, you want to take cover,
Empowered and authorized by
so that way
order and
you,
Directive 51.
so that way you know you take less damage. But me personally, I don't like to take full cover. I like to take a partial cover or use military tactics, which is pretty much coming around, say, to this truck right here, and instead of taking full cover, I'll hold off on the side of it and push up, check, and check and clear. But if it's a half cover like this, then yeah, I'll use it as a half cover. But I also like to shoot from the side if it's a half cover, as opposed to shooting. Oh, there's the boss. On the boss. You know, try to move up using the cover that's supplied. So that way you're technically not out in the open, but at the same time you're not fully immersed in the cover. You also have to be careful to make sure that you're not letting them get behind you or on the side of you too much.
Dispatch, situation outside is now under control. My official report, the division saved our sorry asses.
Thanks for the report, Bravo Squad. Stay alert out there and keep it frosty. I'm glad you made it.
Now if you want to jump into the base, you don't feel like walking, you sit there, you hit roll.
Let's do this.
And that cuts you having to walk that entire first half.
Air ventilation and purification systems online.
You go up further and you get in here, and it's going to give you the general breakdown of what you need to do.
We need our base up and running, and we need to show the people of New York they're getting their city back. Our base of operations has potential, but right now it's a piece of shit and we've got no one to staff it. To get this place where it needs to be, we need people who know what they're doing. Like doctors. There's a virologist running a field hospital over at Madison Square Garden, but the whole area's gone to shit. With her, we can get our medical facilities online. Without her... The JTF commander, Benitez, is out in the field and he's gone offline. Bring him back. We need him to set up a functional security wing, and it'll do a hell of a lot for morale. We've also got to restore basic services. We need power and the intel the grid can give us. They had a guy working on that, but it sounds like he ran into trouble patching us in. Without him, it's lights out.
There we go. We've unlocked the base. We have a new skill that we can equip.
So we can have a bigger
So we're going to go ahead and go to our skills.
And the more
See,
stable this base is,
we're going to
the
go
better
ahead and
shape the
equip the
city will
sticky
be
bomb
in.
because personally I like a sticky bomb, and I normally like to keep my pulse on my left trigger so that way it's personally I like to keep my pulse on my left trigger because it's when you aim, but at the same time when you don't want to aim you can just pop it. If you want to shoot, you know, you keep all the shooting equipment to the right and all the other equipment to the left. And right here you have off top you have oh, that's nice. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. I personally like the G36. It does have a nice rate of fire. It's kind of a middle ground. Like the AK-47 has a rate of fire of about 600, and the Police M4 has a higher rate of fire. But you know, if you want to try to stay in the middle, then you know then this is a good rifle to choose. Go ahead and just strip this weapon down, transfer everything over to that. Now with the introduction of these new excuse me, these new other areas, you do have vendor, weapons gear, and rewards claim vendor. Sometimes you can get pretty decent stuff from here, but I mean, since you're already at such a higher, you know, you can sit there and you can get all this stuff too. I personally believe I have all of it, but I'm not 100% sure, so I couldn't tell you. Celebration. Actually, I don't have that. Might as well go ahead and get that. I think I might have all this stuff. Yeah, if you want, like, you can find all the clothes and stuff. You can go into your inventory. Over here in apparel, and you'll find all that stuff in here. See, like the badges, I have a lot of different badges because, like I said, I've been playing the game for the past I haven't been playing the game for 2 years entirely that it's been out, but I have been grinding pretty hard for what I do have right now. Like, we'll go ahead and just jump here. We see all the different equipment. Here's a marksman's rifle that's good for keeping people down. Keeping people at long range. You have an extended magazine, which is good. You know, it gives you a couple extra bullets and everything like that. A vertical grip, you know, it gives you better range. Compensator, it increases stability, but it does also increase threat. It increases your threat. You know, it's up to you how you want to play it. You want to play it by ear, you can play it by ear. You want to buy some better gear, you can. This has more, what you call it? More... you want to go ahead and try to roll... You want to try to get you better equipment, you can. You know, but sometimes the equipment that you have is good with what you got. Like, my primary firepower goes down exponentially with swapping out knee pads. It gives you better stamina, but at the same time you lose firepower. So that means that you're going to end up taking a loss on top of anything. See, this one you'll lose more electronics, but you'll gain firepower. You have to try to balance it out all at the same time. Sometimes you can sit here and you can buy all of this, and then you can end up losing or end up winning. But I'll show you what I mean. We're gonna go ahead and go with doesn't really matter. We'll go with the guard mask.
That fucking watch was way off level, dude.
We'll get the vest.
Come back real soon.
Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and save this particular loadout, so that way I can show you the difference. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and save this loadout, and then we're gonna go back, and we're gonna equip all of the other stuff. And now we're going to go over, and you're going to see how, compared to that one, what you currently have on, this one is better, somewhat. You know, it is somewhat better, but at the same time, it's not as good. This one has a lower, some of the things are lower, some of the things are higher, some of the things are just better off. So we're going to go ahead and then we're going to go ahead and get rid of everything that's there. Some I want. But like I said, oh my. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go back. Oh shit. Save that. You see, like, some of these things will give you better, like these gloves that give you better stamina, but they take away the firearms. Or you go to this holster and you put this holster on and it gives you better firearm or sidearm damage, but it takes away from everything else. And so on and so forth. The backpack may have better armor, Actually, I don't know why I don't have that backpack on. You know, you gotta sit there and you gotta find the things that work for you and make them work. And make them work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? And now if you come back, some things will go up, some things might go down. If you compare what you got, say you want to compare pistols, you see, the one that you have equipped is always going to be on the right side. The one that you're looking at is the one going to be on the left side. Sometimes what you have may not be good, but it may be worse or it may be better, so on and so forth.
I'll be here when you change your mind.
Go ahead and go over here.
Security wing needs some love.
Security
and
wing.
Captain Benitez.
Since you
the
did,
GTF
since
loves
we
the
did
guy.
do that first,
We can mobilize them and help us get the intel and
right now
firepower
it's
we need to get
offline,
all these
but
hospitals
once we find everybody who has here, you know, then we go back and we pick everybody.
The tech wing has obviously seen better days, but if you can get Rhodes back here, he's apparently got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Former PMC, I think. Knows more than you think he does. I suspect he'll be very useful. The medical wing is a wreck
that way.
Once we get that virologist over here, we can build up a staff,
if we don't do it,
the origin of the
then we won't
virus,
really
and start
be
getting
able
more
to, like,
supplies. For civilians,
and then you
but
gotta
for
go
us as
talk
well.
to this chick, Lau again, with the busted leg.
Or medical supply storage.
See, there she is coming in. All we will wobbly.
Hey, bad news. I'm not gonna be able to get out there. Not with my goddamn leg like this. I'll do what I can from here, but it's not the same. You have no idea how much I wanted to be in the field. I trained for a scenario like this my entire life. But it's worse than anything we could have imagined. You know how they won't let you get too close to anyone, so it won't mess you up when you're finally activated? Well, I did that, and it didn't fucking work. I'm attached. These are my people. This is my city.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just skip this through. We already know what's going on. We booted up the base of operation. And now we can either talk to this lady, we could start here. What we could do is we could go ahead and take out the rest of these side missions. Eventually you will have to do some of the encounter missions, because even if you complete all of the missions, you will not have enough points to completely upgrade your excuse me, you will not have enough points accumulated to have your base of operations fully functional. So in short, you do have to do some of the encounters. Actually, you have to do pretty much a lot of them to get enough to have your base fully operated. Now, if you want to start a character, if you're starting a character for, say, Rogue 29, which is where you level up all the way to level 29, but not to level 30, and then you can go in the Dark Zone. It's more fun. There's no gear sets. You don't have to worry about any of the gear sets like Striker, Nomad, Predator, Deadeye, Final Measure. You know, it's based on skill. It's not based on how good your gear set is. It's pretty much based on how you mod your weapons and how you set yourself up for the best advantage. Okay, so since we made it here, I'm gonna go ahead and call this a day on that. As you see, we do have all these ammos that we just picked up. We'll go to the pouches, and you'll see missions. We have 1,020 assault rifle ammo. We have 1,134 what's it called? Light machine gun ammo. We have 151 marksman rifle ammo. Your pistol ammo is infinite. You have 181 shotgun shells, and you have 1,134 SMG rounds. Personally, I do like to keep an SMG with my with an assault rifle. So I'll go ahead and buy me one of those, I guess. Now I have to. Extended mag, compensator, vertical grip. Yeah, that's it. And we come over here to the crafting station. some of the items that you did break down earlier, you can actually come back over here and use those to build items that you need. But you have to be like a certain level to be able to build some of the items that you need. Like this T2 micro red dot, you can use it on your what you call it, on that MP7. So you can't use the 5.52 on the MP7 because it's an assault rifle round. It's an assault rifle. It's a big gun. I guess you could put it. It's a big gun scope. So you want to go ahead and take one of these, build it, check your talents. If your talents are the way you want them, see it's got accuracy and 0.5% stability. That's not bad, but it's not that great either. You would kind of want to go for like more crit chance, but the different scopes have different things. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of those. Like the Tyrant Suppressors, those are really good. I like them. Either the Tyrant Suppressor or the, I forget what it is. I don't think I have a blueprint for it. Or the Osprey 45 Suppressor. That's another good one as well. But unfortunately, we cannot buy any of those because we don't have enough stuff. Sometimes building a magazine will give you a better chance and a bigger magazine size than buying one off of the shelf. So we'll go ahead and build one real quick and we'll see what happens. So with that, we got 17.5%. So 17.5%, and then the one that the guys and the one that they're selling over here. Okay, back at weapons. The one that they have over here is 16.5%. So you get maybe one bullet.
Hey, maybe I'll see you again.
So we're gonna go ahead and swap out this MP7. We're gonna go ahead and mod it out. Compensator, vertical grip, extended magazine, and this micro red dot. And then we're gonna save the loadout. We're gonna update the loadout, but we will keep this shotgun though as a backup weapon, because I always do like to keep, you know, an extra weapon, even though I may not need it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how it works, really. All right, and we will go ahead and swap out this quick release for this extended magazine. It gives us more DPS and it gives us more ammo per mag. So I personally like it. And we'll go back into our previous weapons and we'll go ahead and throw that extra magazine that we have, this quick release magazine, into our shotgun, which will boost our DPS. Alright, and just like that, you're ready to go for the time being. See, it says you have 2 extra items, but all it really is that quick release magazine. I don't know why I have 2 of them, but we're gonna go ahead and break that quick release magazine down. And then you have the shotgun that has a quick release magazine. The MP7 is a good gun. I personally like it. You know, it's a high RPM gun and things of that nature. And since we did do that, it is going to give us some extra ammo the higher up you go. Like I could go right here into my stash and say I just want to put one of those into my backpack. I can't use it, but it's in there. It's in my backpack. See, there it is. It says, and even if I try to equip it, it'll say you need to be a higher level. So I mean, you can't just use it. I mean, yeah, I'd be crazy OP at this level with a gun that has 147,000 firepower. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't use it because of the talents. I would need to also bring in gear set and different other things of that nature, but unfortunately I can't use it. So we're going to go ahead back into our inventory and we're going to put it back into the box because we don't need it at this time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I want to thank you for this first excuse me, again, I am under the weather. I want to go ahead and thank you for tuning in. You know, if you're watching this video and you're thinking about picking up the Division, you know, hopefully this will help you with some guides. And as you can see, that there is, if you look at my mini-map, as you can see that there's somebody I know right next to me. Like if I go here, and boom, there's a friend I know, so there he is. And so we're gonna go ahead and start from there. But even now, I mean, you can run around, you can look, there's a terminal, if you go downstairs. See, because if you try to spawn to the post office, it's gonna put you outside. But if you come downstairs, you're gonna see everybody who's same level as you, except for like this guy's 181, 187. This one over here is 259. You know, things like that. It's just, you have different things around here. You have different people. You have a 290. See, they want me to come join them. I could come join them and then boost my level, but I'm not going to, because this is going to be a build vlog for you all. This is going to be a build vlog for you. But so that way I can help you all progress through the game, and I will progress along with you. You know, if you progress further than I do, you know, then you move on up and everything like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and call this a stream. Y'all, I'll catch y'all later. You know, like the video, share the video with your friends if you're thinking about getting the division. You want them to get on your team as well. You know, then by all means, you know, comment if you have any questions. I'll try to get back to y'all as soon as I can. Peace out.